The Parable of the Scarab. The golden scarab dreamed of being blue. Blue like the sky, blue like the deepest pools, blue like the other scarabs in the rainforest. It wasn't that he wanted to fit in, it was that he just didn't want to stand out. The other scarabs, too, never let him forget that he looked different to the rest of them. "We've never seen such a ridiculous colour," the others mocked. "You don't look like anything natural. You are not green like the trees, or brown like the earth, and certainly not blue like the sky, or like us." But there was an older beetle, no one knew how old, who had once seen such a colour. "Deep in the jungle," the old scarab clicked, "I have seen a strange place. Perhaps you come from there." And so the scarab went hunting. He found his way by asking all the animals if they'd seen anything in the jungle that matched his golden colour. After a long journey, he reached a cave. He was afraid. The cave was deep and dark, but the tiny scarab continued. Suddenly he thought he spied a fire. How could a fire possibly be burning all the way down here, in this deep and dark cave? The golden scarab wondered. He advanced, and the fiery glow grew nearer and larger. Suddenly the scarab was in a vast room. Most incredibly, the room was filled to the brim with things of the same gold colour as he was. The scarab couldn't believe his eyes. He had spent his entire life being told that his golden colour was worthless, that he was less beautiful than the other green, brown, and blue things. And yet here, someone had gathered together every golden object they could find, it seemed. Clearly because they had thought it was valuable. Clearly because they had thought it was beautiful. He heard a scurrying, and all at once the golden scarab was surrounded by row upon row of beetles of all shapes and sizes, all golden like him, and one blue beetle, who was standing off to the side, slightly away from the others. The golden scarab suddenly had hundreds of friends, all welcoming him, all wanting to hear tales of life among the other beetles in the rainforest. They danced, drank sweet water, and made merry in the golden cave for several moons. The golden scarab particularly enjoyed being with the blue beetle. They were so similar, having grown up looking different to the others. And when the time came for the scarab to marry, he asked the blue beetle. She smiled and replied, "But we're so different. We don't go together." The golden scarab then produced a golden crown he'd found in the golden cave. "Thank you," said the blue beetle, "but how does that solve the problem?" The golden scarab pointed. There, at the center of the crown, was a fabulous jewel, deep blue like the beetle's beautiful shell, with flecks of gold like the scarab's beautiful shell. Everyone agreed that it was the most magnificent gem they'd ever seen. The gold scarab and the blue scarab were married and had lots of baby scarabs, some blue, some gold, and one with a blue shell and flecks of gold, just like the jewel in the beautiful crown.